Hi everyone, Avin here, your agent guide, and in today's video, I wanted to talk about that feeling of I will never be able to afford to buy a home. Or, stop me if you've heard this one, I can afford rent, but I can't afford to buy a home. Well, in today's video, I'm going to go over 5 tips on what you can do to purchase a home, even if you feel like you can't. So not everyone out there wants to buy a home. So I will assume that when you're watching this video, buying a home is something that you strive to achieve in your lifetime. With that in mind, yes, there are definitely some advantages to renting, but there are, of course, advantages to owning too, which is why you want to do it. So let's dive right into it, counting from number 5 to number 1. So the number 5 tip for being able to buy a home when you don't think you can is to broaden your search parameters. So many people are watching the news and seeing what the median or average, depending on what you're looking at, purchase price is in their area, thinking, I'll never be able to afford this. But that's the average, which means there are definitely homes at the lower end of that range. And if you're searching, you may not see many of those options, but if you're not ready to jump, you'll never be able to take advantage of those. The other thing you want to be able to do is maybe ask yourself, do I really need 4 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms? Could I get away with 2? Or if you're a single person or a young couple, maybe even 1 bedroom. Going to a smaller home with less features definitely can save you quite a bit. Another option would be maybe looking at buying a condo instead of a house. There can be some real advantages to purchasing a condo versus a home, and one of the biggest, is the price. And another major parameter that can make a big difference is stretching out the search radius where you're looking. Maybe you have family in another state that would make a home more affordable, but your income potential would be about the same. If that's something you're open to, you could look at that. Or potentially just stretch your commuting distance. Maybe look a little bit further away from where you work if owning a home is a big enough deal that you're willing to deal with that extra bit of time on the road. All right, number 4. Number 4 is pretty simple. Plan ahead. Once you've kind of identified, here's the areas where we could be, where we want to be. Once you've identified, like these are where I'm willing to make concessions in maybe the size of the home, the size of the property, the type of property, then plan ahead. Make payments to pay down debt so you have more available budget. You've got a lower debt to income ratio. Start setting aside a little bit of extra money, or maybe doing some extra side projects so that you've got a little bit of extra cash to set aside. Maybe sell some things you don't use in your home. These are all simple and basic things, but they can all make a big difference when it comes time to make your purchase. And if you know you're going to be a year or maybe 2 years out, having that goal in front of you and something that you're tracking and working towards can definitely really move the needle when it's time to purchase the home. The number 3 thing you can do to help you purchase a home, even if you don't think you can, is get help early. Find yourself a good and reputable loan officer to help you with the mortgage. They can definitely help you review your credit, go through things where you need to improve, let you know where you stand currently, and give you an idea on what your current budget is. So if you're looking, you want to do it sooner, where you need to be in what's available in your market. And then find a good and reputable realtor in your area to do the same thing. They'll help you come up with next action items, things that you can do over the next coming months, over the next year, 2 years, to be prepared to be able to put your best foot forward when you find the home that you really want. Number 2. Now, this is going to be one that a lot of you probably aren't aware that you can actually do. There are rent-to-own programs out there for homes. There are a couple of companies I know of off the top of my head that offer these programs. You go out with a partner realtor, someone that is already partnering with one of those organizations, and not even always the case. Most realtors can do this pretty easily, and they go out and help you find a home that you want to rent. The company, and even some local investors will do this, will purchase the home for you after you've signed an agreement. They've done their credit checks and income checks to make sure that you're a worthy renter. You sign your rental contract with them. They buy the house and you rent the house from them. At the end of your lease term, you can re-up your lease, or you'll be given a purchase option. Usually in advance, the price that would be set for you would already be pre-stated, and you can buy the home at that point in time at the pre-negotiated price. These programs usually have 3 to 5 year caps before you would have to make a decision, but it depends on the company you're looking for. And if this is something that really interests you, reach out and let me know. I can help you find an agent who is associated with one of these companies, or if you're here in Washington State, I can help you myself. All right, guys, the number one thing to help people who think they can't afford to purchase a home is down payment assistance programs. I've already done a video on this that I'll link at the end of this video so you can go watch it. But there's a lot of down payment assistance programs that people aren't aware of, and they usually have friendlier terms than you would expect and are more accessible than you would expect. Here in Washington State, there are programs available for people that make up to $160,000 a year. And a lot of these programs do not require that this is a first-time home purchase. I'll link down below for some of the information, and like I said, I'll link my other video at the end of this one that will walk you through a little bit more detail on these programs. All right, everybody. Well, I really hope this was helpful for you. Maybe it brought you some new hope in the potential for owning a home in the future. The last piece of advice that I would give over anything is be patient. If you are serious about wanting to buy a home, do your homework, come up with a good plan, find the right partners to help you in the process, and be patient as you work through the process. As I promised, over here is the video for down payment assistance, and then also check out the video on owning a condo versus owning a home. As always, thank you for watching and have a great day.